Speaking of dogs,
So the trailer for Lilo and Stitch dropped. It was actually decent. It was a decent trailer. Disney can do something right amazingly. This looked good.
Yeah,
it looked good.
Yes.
What did you guys think?
Yeah. Dude, it was today I did my live stream, my 6-minute daily. My thumbnail was hope. It was a picture of Stitch and the word hope, because it's the first time I've had hope for the Disney company in a long time.
It's amazing just how different this feels from Snow White, because Snow White is a film that actively hates its source material and changed everything about it, and this film embraced it. It has a love of it. It keeps the core message intact. The casting all seems great, which is, like there was a lot of like people tried to be controversial about the casting with this one too, and it looks fine. The girl looks great playing Nani. The girl looks good playing Lilo. The character models are like right off the animation cells. Stitch looks perfect. The Grand Councilwoman looked really good. There's nothing to find wrong with this. Some people don't like the way Bubbles looks, the agent, but I mean, you had Terry, like somebody pointed out on the pro show, you had Terry Crews right there. He probably should have been Bubbles. But other than that, I mean, look, they risked or they resisted the urge to put it to, Disney this up by like putting Seth Rogen in it, or like The Rock or something like that. So I mean, I think this is going to be really good. I think this is going to kick off Stitchamania too.
I think this could be easily $1 billion movie. Easily.
And like, it's going to break the narrative. It's going to break the narrative that Disney is trying to build around its live action movie. Because when Snow White fails, you're going to hear the narrative of, well, with this and Little Mermaid, people just aren't interested in the live action remakes anymore. Or, oh, it's just because it was a woman of color that people didn't want to go see it. Well, this movie stars 2 women of color. This movie is live action movie, and it's going to make $1 billion because it's honoring the source material.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point, actually, to be honest. That is a really good point.
Don't sound so surprised.
Huh? Well, I am surprised, aren't I? Disney actually respecting the source material.
No, I meant that I made a good point.
Oh, right. Well, yeah, true. Well, you like Dog Soldiers, so you got good opinions, I guess. What did you think of it? I've already asked you, haven't I, really, Coach, to be honest? Is there much really to talk about this?
No, I want to talk about it because when you do something right, you should be rewarded. I have a feeling this film financially will be rewarded, because the people who love the original animation is going to love this film because the tone is the same. The presentation is the same. The characters and casting is the same. You have you have people who are invested in this property. Somebody loved and cared for this and created something that will be loved and cared for. That is the polar opposite of Snow White. Down to even Bubbles. That's Courtney B. Vance. He's the perfect actor to do that. It just you get around to these things. You go, this is really, really good. This is going to have the same tone. It has the same look. It has the same feel. People are going to spend their money on this, and I cannot wait for whatever the popcorn bucket looks like.
Oh, that's gonna be like fun.
A big Stitch thing, wouldn't it? I think.
Yeah, I think it'll be great, right? Just a big old mouth at the top, right? And then
I think people forget culture just how big Stitch was when Lilo and Stitch dropped, and they weren't ready for it. They were in no way prepared for that. They did not think this was going to hit the way it hit. They didn't have any Stitch merchandise ready to go, or at least not enough. Stitch merchandise was flying off the shelves. That's why there's so much of it now, because it's been a consistent seller ever since. I mean, he's one of the things that Disney banks on.
It spawned a cartoon as well. That was
not a bad cartoon either. I would say it's the last great animated series that was modeled after a movie.
Yeah, I mean, what they really need to do is go after a live action Gargoyles, but that's a whole other conversation.
No, don't touch it.
Okay, fine. Anyway,
Disney doesn't need to do that.
Okay. Anyway, what I think this is going to do is it's going to kick merchandise sales back into the stratosphere. And you were 100% right, Marvin. They weren't prepared for this. They didn't have merch ready. It's the same problem they ran into with Frozen. The first Frozen movie, they weren't ready. It took them the better part of 6 months to get the merch out for Elsa and her sister.
Yep.
this is that's the same problem. Experiment 66 is a super popular little character, right? Stitch is a super popular little character.
You do know that a live action Gargoyles is in the works, don't you?
Please no.
Oh, he didn't know.
Report on it. A report on it ages ago.
Yeah,
Leave it alone.
He didn't know.
Oh, they're gonna ruin it.
We both did videos on it, but look, I'm looking forward to this. I think that this is the last chance Disney has for the box office this year, and this comes out, I think, on right around Superman, if I'm not mistaken. So,
does it?
I think so, or is it at the end of the year?
I have no idea.
Do you remember, Marvin?
Yeah, I think this comes out in the summer. I think before Superman.
Right? No, I just know it's around Superman.
No, I think this is Memorial Day.
Oh wow, okay.
I think maybe no, or maybe I'm thinking no. I think I'm right. I think this is Memorial Day. But now I'm just thinking about Gargoyles, how it's going to be all about Elisa, how Demona is going to end up being the hero in the end. Like, I don't need it. Hudson and Brooklyn are going to be in a relationship.
Oh, you're right. It's May 23rd. Good job. May 23rd for Lilo and Stitch.
They need to at least get Keith David to voice Goliath if they're doing this.
I can't believe you didn't know that.
Oh, well, it'll be interesting to see. I mean, this will do $1 billion. I'm just saying it now. That this will do $1 billion.
You know, and I just want to say thank goodness that they didn't put somebody who has ocular hypertelorism in the lead role.
This is true. Yeah. I agree with that. Well, there you go, guys. We'll move on from this now. Not much else to say, I don't think.
Okay, all right. Well, we just look. We throw a lot of balls and strikes. It's nice to be able to celebrate the home runs once in a while.
Yeah, I was going to celebrate the fact that the trailer uses the Elvis song, and it uses the Hawaiian roller coaster ride song, and it sounds like it's right from the movie, and that right away.
Yeah, I just think it looked good. So yeah, it'd be interesting. Swivel Stick says, ever seen Bad?